Camera's a little fuzzy. That's weird. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the late start, but I had to work today. And unfortunately, got done a little late. Had to get a couple things in the background done back there before I could really get going. So it's after hours time. We skipped last week because we were busy doing the J Concepts race, and but now it's time to start thinking about 8 scale. The Techno Series is in 2 weeks. We got 1 week on the dirt of club racing coming up, and then it's time to I got to change that track a little bit to make it better for 8 scales. So yay. Nick Sneathen's on here. I saw Jackson was on here. Quad Addiction's on here. So I'm just going to mountain up some 8 scale tires today so I can possibly drive my 8 scale this weekend. Start getting it ready to go for the Techno Series next week. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to race it yet or not, but I don't know. I got tires and I got rims and yeah, we should be really good. What tires does the Plex have in stock for 1/8 buggy? Not much. We only have Positrons, Proline Positrons right now. We're hoping to get J Concepts Ellipse tires off a back order at some point. I tried to find dirt webs. Nobody's got those either, so we're kind of thin on 8 scale tires. But it's not our fault. It's just everybody's out of them. Johnny's on here. He says, "Yo, Steve RC wants to know if I'm staying warm. In fact, I'm in my basement, so no, it's cold. It's kind of weird though. My room that I'm working in is actually warmer than other parts of my house, so it's not bad." Yeah, Jackson Anderson's on here. He won independent stock buggy. That's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, I actually have some gold dirt webs I'm mounting up right now. I got a stash of them, so I'll be running these at least until we get ellipses back in, and then I'll have them again. No foams though; they didn't come with foam, so I gotta break into my foam stash and. I already got them, if you guys can see, but I already got them popped. I did my usual 3-hole. Pretty much what I always do when I do 8 scale tires. I think you'll be fine with old tires. Jackson just said that he's probably going to use old tires, but on 8 scale, I don't cut the foam at all. Cutting foam and stuff's not as normal in the e-buggy and nitro buggy world as it is in the 10 scale world. I think part of it's just because the cars are so much heavier that you don't necessarily want to make your foams any softer than they already are. It's kind of a different style to go along with it. So yeah, it's below 0 right now for a high in Nebraska, which sucks. This is the coldest it's coldest it's been in a long time. I mean, even Last year we got lucky. It was pretty nice for the month of February in general, and then it just stayed nice. But man, a couple years ago when we had all that snow and it flooded in the spring, it wasn't even really super cold like this. This is starting to get old, and it's only been a week. So yeah, and it's snowing right now. Is the Techno ET good for carpet and dirt? You know, you don't see I don't see a lot of mini truggy raced on carpet. So I mean you can make the same adjustments with the E with the ET as you can with the EB, as far as roll center and axle height and everything. So I mean you should be able to make it work good on carpet. I haven't seen it a lot. We tried to race it, I think last year. I think Jake Poteet and Dane Gangler ran theirs a few times on the carpet, but they honestly didn't even look comfortable. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of being cold. It's one of the things you kind of put up with here, basically December through March, but sometimes even November can be bad. Like this year, November was cold too. If I wasn't married and had a kid, I probably wouldn't be living in Nebraska. But my wife loves it here, so I'm kind of stuck where I'm at. Otherwise, I'd be in try to live in a much warmer climate. I saw something up here. I cut all my 10 scale foams. Um, I don't think I haven't cut my truck foams either. The mini truggy, man, the mini truggy goes through tires so quick, like and not wearing out the tires, but like the foams have worn out pretty fast. The last couple pairs of tires I've built for it, so I wouldn't want to cut those either. I just feel like they don't need to be any softer. So pretty much just my buggy foams, and that's just the rear. I don't cut the front either. It's mainly just the rears that people adjust to make them however they want their car to feel. Yeah, Armand, doesn't that suck? Like her tweet wasn't even bad. Like they're trying to make it all out to be some sort of anti-Semitic rant, but it wasn't even that. It was actually pretty truthful, and I think they were just looking for a way to can her. Unfortunately, I mean, it's probably not going to hurt the series, to be honest with you, because um, because that story was kind of over. I think after this last season, so I don't think it's going to hurt the story at all. It is going to be kind of a bummer that they can't keep dipping back into that well though with her character. So, yep, just another victim of our current state of affairs, unfortunately. She needs to fight again. Like, I'd like to see two big buff girls beat each other up. Gregory Trot, I think is how that is, says that it's a dream for him to be able to go to a national level event. I think the good thing about this hobby of ours is it's pretty easy to do. You just got to pick where you want to go and just, get the signups done on time. Even, I was paying attention. Even the Chi-Town shootout had 300 and something entries. So, depending on where you are in the country, you'll be able to pick out a good race. Thanks for the compliment. I'm glad the race pretty much went without a hitch. There wasn't really anything crazy. Just that seeding around that I accidentally hit false start instead of finish, and then I kind of freaked out on everybody. Not everybody that was in my booth a little bit. I feel kind of bad about that. But whatever. At least I know how to fix it now. So I do something kind of weird with my glue, okay? And everybody likes to make fun of me for it, but it actually works really well for me, is I suck back any excess glue, right? So I give it a good squeeze. I make sure that I don't push out any more glue, and I hold it, and then I come in and I suck the rest of it back. And for me, it leaves a nice clean bead without getting glue everywhere. See? WRC buggy coming next round. That's pretty cool. I'm interested in seeing one, seeing what it's all about. I'm actually kind of interested in the on-road car myself. I think that's pretty interesting. Jason said that if I can get me my sticker logo, I can try to import it in my CRC router table. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Peter Renault says live coverage is awesome. I agree. Matt basically be giving up his time. He really wasn't getting paid a whole lot to be there, so it's pretty awesome. Sucks I had to leave him. So Sunday night, when we were all done, I was ready to go. I got us done, so I watched the second half of the Super Bowl, and he was still there picking up, so I had to show him how to shut off the lights and everything. But he was chill with it, so that's good.
The cupcake?
No, I do not want a cupcake.
Why not?
Because I already ate my zinger.
They're good.
I know they're good. Big dude, yeah, the red cat is pretty cool. I thought we were going to sell one today, but he didn't come in to pick it up. So I'm still waiting on that sale so I can see how it works, get some video of it. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Get a hold of still, so I got a call from Red Cat today. asking how many we still had. And when I told him 2, he was surprised. So we shall see if they last. They might not. Yeah, Emerson's here. He's in trouble because he didn't get to school on time today.
I'm at one class.
Yeah, you missed a class, and then I got an email from your teacher, which sucks.
Hey, but I got it done tonight, though. So.
Are you going to actually turn it in now that you have it done? That's been your biggest problem.
Yep. Not much to do it.
He does his homework, and then he doesn't turn it in. You're like, why don't you turn it in? It's done. I don't get it. Gluing tires in general is not my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world, but 8-scale tires just, you'd think they'd be easier, but there's so much. It's almost easier to have them come unglued while you're racing. Now I need to find that. Yes, sorry. Thanks, Lance. Thanks for reminding me. So, folks, we are going to have HobbyPlex show stickers. I got so wrapped up in everything last week that I forgot to order them last week. So I got them ordered. Hopefully they'll be on the way, and they're going to be $2.99. I'm just going to make a nice, easy thing. Cool. So they're basically, I think the way I'm going to do it is there's going to be a membership button, and you'll be able to do that, and then I'll send you out some stickers. So, or if you're local, they're $3, but they're not the cheapest things in the world, but they're not expensive either. So. Quad addiction, I don't know. I actually need to get into the Hobby Wing site, which I actually don't have the password to. Tim does, and see where they're at. But I know that we have a couple of them on back order. The last time that we talked about it, the general manager and I talked about it. So hopefully we get them soon. Once I get this tire done, I'm actually going to be working on my crawler. I have a new body mounts for my old crawler, and because I can't right now hold my body down, so. Nick Sneathen says he's going to need me to stop mentioning his name when he's racing. Yeah, there's quite a few people that have that problem. It's like as soon as they get announced on the mic, they lose all motor control. They just blue screen out. So I hear you. I'm actually running races tomorrow night. Trevor, I guess, needed the weekend off, so I am running Family Friday Off-Road. So that'll be fun. And then I got to turn around and be right back for Saturday. So I'm excited. I still need to get in there and shut my shut my lipo cutoff off. I need to turn my lipo cutoff off in my car. Not that we're going to have 8-minute mains until summer, but still. Still can't believe that happened. The entire race, I'm just like, okay. You tend to lose races in really stupid ways, right? So I'm like, all right, just don't make any mistakes. Just drive smart, drive smart. I drove smart. I doubled up the 8-pack when I felt like I didn't need to push it, and still found a way to lose. So
Hopefully not 32. Jeez.
let's see. No, it wasn't Emerson's fault. It was mine. When I took my battery back, it said 7 volts. So I assumed that with my Hobbywing G2 that I never went in there and shut the LiPo cutoff off, which you should pretty much always do. If you're racing 10 scale and you're anywhere that has a long main, it's a good idea to just turn it off. Most of the time when you practice, you can kind of feel your battery fade. So there's no real reason to have it on. And I also felt kind of dumb because I actually had another battery, a newer battery that I probably should have just swapped out and put in my car. I mean, before the event even started. So it's just one of those things. It's kind of dumb. The thing is like everybody who watched that race knows I should have won the race. So I got that going for me, but whatever, it is what it is. Can you hand me my truck?
Which truck?
The Budweiser truck. Yeah.
Why did you put the huge tires on it?
All right, so here she is.
Are you gonna drive it?
No, I'm not going to drive it right now, but I need a receiver.
No, like when you get one, are you gonna drive it?
But the thing is I need new body mounts, because these body mounts, whoever had this, like, busted the body mounts so they don't. There's no holes to put the body clips into, and since this fits on it like this, it doesn't. Yeah, whatever. It just doesn't. And what's weird is this is my old truck, but I don't remember doing that, so not quite sure what that's all about. So I'm just going to put some new ones on and call it good.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Good. You're supposed to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock.
Hey, I got 6 minutes.
Whatever.
Good night.
Good night. Love ya. Daniel Explosions, is the Sanwell MT44 a good remote? Absolutely. That's what I use. So you would hope it's good. I want to have like an M17. I just can't afford it. So here's a conundrum. It's been so long since I've messed with this that I'm actually looking at this, and it's not easy to take these body mounts off. And I need to have a really long a very, very long wrench. Which I don't know if I have the right one. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, even if I'm able to just get one of them, so there we go. Does the dial get messed up on the side? What is it for? I don't know what dial you're talking about. Mine doesn't have, or mine's got a dial, but I probably don't have it set up. So I'm not really sure. I made people at work listen to Wesley Willis today. Darwill78, congratulations to the weekend. All the hard work put in really showed. The track looked amazing. And hello from the UK. Awesome. I love international viewers and listeners. Yeah, thanks, dude. The live coverage from Matt really made a difference, though, because guys like you can get to watch and to see what it's all about. And that's that's one of the reasons why I personally, when we have a race like that, and I know that I'm going to get coverage, and I know that a lot of people are going to be interested, when Mayfield's there, when Dakota Fend is there, that we try to step it up, and really appreciate that a lot, hearing that. Being over here, and when I see tracks like Thornhill, for instance, or any of those really cool European tracks, when I'm watching a race from the Philippines or from Australia, I always kind of wonder what people from different countries and stuff think about our stuff. So that's awesome. It's a loose one. Wesley Willis. I gotta look it up. I don't know. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Lance said to ask when the B62D will come in. I sent the order today. So it'll be, what's today? Thursday? So it'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday next week. So I'm having so this is my 1/16th and it doesn't quite fit. So I'm using a 1/5, which is close, but if you're not careful, you can strip it. That's basically exactly what I just did. But it doesn't matter. It's not gonna hurt anything. Anyways. Yeah, I just read the Wikipedia page, and I'll have to investigate. Who would cut body mounts so that they don't have the hole going through them? I don't get it. Peter, I don't. I never keep them because I'm like, I'm never going to use these. And then times like right now, I actually probably could use them. I need to get a receiver in this thing. So I plugged everything in. I tested this battery. This battery is like 10 years old. This is a 3-cell LiPo. You should check this out. This is a Losi Accelerin 1353 cell that is got to be 10 years old, and it still has plenty of volts in it, and looks like it'll take a charge. So I'm kind of impressed, you know. Yeah, maybe. It could be that the body that the person I sold this to didn't need it, you know. But this one that I have has been used on a couple different trucks now, so unfortunately I need the body mounts. And my fingers are just so fat for this Velcro. There we go. Nick, I prefer PB Blaster. Last year, Emerson and I, we kind of experimented with both, and he likes the tire to break down a little quicker, and I kind of agreed with him. I actually was getting by just fine with liquid wrench, but Emerson was not. So much to my wife's chagrin, because she hates the smell, we both kind of went back to PB Blaster. Just straight too. It's not cut, nothing. It just works. So that's what we stick with. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more aggressive. I have found that you can kind of control how quickly it breaks down the tire and wears out the tire by how long you let it sit for. So after I do my full break-in with my with the heat and everything, I try to not use I try to not let it sit on the tire for more than, say, about 20 minutes. So about 4 races prior. I think if it sits longer than that, it makes the tire kind of wear out and expand a little bit quicker. So, and then I found out the hard way that if you forget and only sauce like 30 seconds before your race, that also doesn't work. Kind of doesn't have time to really soak in there. So kind of lame. What pinion and spur would I run in a 17.5? If that's with a 2-wheel drive, you're going to want to start at about 69.30. This is a good starting point. And then just check your temps. So if your motor is getting really hot with that gearing, say, 180 degrees and above, well, then you'll want to gear down a few teeth. And if you check your temps and your motor's only sitting at like 120, well, then you can gear up quite a bit. But that's generally a pretty good starting point. If you're one of the guys that kind of pushes the batteries a little bit more, then you actually would gear lower because the batteries are doing more of the work. When I run stock, a lot of times I'll tell people what gearing I'm at, and they're like, "You're doing what?" And it's because I don't charge my batteries at a gazillion amps. And it's just kind of the way that works for me. Okay. Got some 440 screws I'm never going to use now. And we're going to toss these. And we're going to toss these. And now I should be able to put on this old school body and be able to put body clips on it. It should look right. Find some body clips here. I need to get a receiver for this bad boy. And then I'll be able to actually drive it again. Kind of. So this is the I actually bought this crawler. So this is my personal crawler from like 2010. It's a low-C comp crawler, and I sold it back like 2011 or something like that. I sold it way too cheap, and I talked to the guy I sold it to, his daughter, and was like, "Hey, tell your dad I want my truck back. I'd be willing to buy it back from him." And they came in the next day with it. So look at that. Gosh, that's so cool. So this is my original low-C comp crawler with my original low-C comp crawler body with my original tires. Check out those tires. I cut all those out myself. All those lugs. That was pretty tedious back in the day. And I can't wait to get this thing running again. This has got a dig, and so it'll it's a 3-position dig, so it will either let the rear end free spin or it'll lock it so that I can make really super tight turns. And then what's really cool as well is the comp crawler and the night crawler. So I do have that night crawler. It's this is what my buddy gave me in the pits that day. It's the night crawler is basically this, except without all the with a much simpler transmission. But what's really nice about this is if I ever burn the axles up, the worm gears inside of here will work just fine. And I could have taken the body mounts off of this thing. Wonder why I didn't think about that. Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause I'm stupid. But what's really cool about this is that I got with that truck, I got these wheels, which I looked at them and the hexes are kind of stripped out on them because they're plastic wheels. But these are these old Proline bead locks, and there must be a bunch of weight in here. But the tires, though, so these are Hot Bodies Rovers, and they don't make these anymore. These are highly sought after. They're not legal for any of the comps, unfortunately, around here. Neither are these, actually, but neither is this truck. So I'm not even worried about it, the legality of it. But these tires are pretty hard to find. And they're in the white compound, which is also very hard to find. And then these tires here are extremely hard to find. So this baby just needs a receiver. And then I'm going to take it out on our course again and really give it a once over. And then what I think I'm going to do this spring is I'm going to combine a bike trip with a crawling trip and make a video of it. So there's this Platte River State Park in Louisville. It's about 40 miles south of here. And to get to some of the cool rocky stuff, you actually have to either walk the trail or ride your bike. And so I think I'm going to make a video of that. I'm just going to strap my stuff to a backpack and the back of my bike and go ride to the crawling place. They also have a really cool waterfall there too, which make a really good video. So I'm yeah, it's pretty cool. What did I miss? Yeah, big dude. Let's see. Anyone send their body shipped to be painted? Larry Genova is a good one. He's in Florida. You can find Bob's Bodies on Facebook. That's our local guy here. I think he's been taking a lot of bodies through the mail. Bombshells, RC Bombshells is another one. Dark Side Designs is another one. Wits Paints is another one. I'm trying to think of all the other painters out there. Yeah. Daniel, I don't know if we have an MT44 case at the Plex or not. I saw your message today, but we were having a Bradley Fine Designs. There you go. That's another. We were kind of having a credit card machine crisis that I had to get to. So unfortunately, I missed your question. Jackson, you should replace your seals pretty much whenever you replace your diffs. So yes, you're supposed to, and your O-rings, the O-rings and the seals. Not everybody does it, but you're supposed to. Is there a spray booth at the Plex? No. We did have at one time, there was a Tamiya actually makes this. Tamiya actually makes like a spray booth that you can buy, and we've never actually gotten it in stock yet, though. So that's so cool. The one thing that worries me is using my MT44 with this is that it's really easy to burn out the servo on this guy. So it's kind of the same way with your SCX 10.3 and its dig servo. So I'm going to have to basically go in, tell it that I want it to be a 3-point position switch, and then turn all the rates down to 0. Because the dig servo is right here. And if I'm not careful, I can burn that baby out pretty fast because it doesn't just go into gear. You actually have to be moving with this truck to switch the dig function. And a lot of that has to do with the transmission, but also, so these axles are worm-driven axles, right? So the cool thing about this crawler and why it was so good, is that if you're at a steep incline, it ain't moving until you tell it to. So it only goes if you give it input. So See, right now it's moving, right? But if I try to move these axles, it doesn't go. And so you can be on a really steep incline going down, right? And with a regular ring and pinion gear on a regular crawler, like a scale crawler, you know, he'll kind of go on you a little bit. This one does not do that at all. You can be hanging, trying to get up something, and it will not move until you tell it to. It's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna have to be really careful when I set my endpoints for that dig servo, so I don't screw it up. Not that I couldn't get another one. I just don't want to. And this is brushless. This is the 17.5 crawler motor, so it's got a really strong rotor. Lance Murray, what is a dig? So basically, a dig will lock your rear end or free it up. So basically, it takes you out of four-wheel drive, all-time four-wheel drive, right? So you're in four-wheel drive, and then let's say I want to make a really tight turn. So I click my dig so that the rear end will lock, and then the front end will basically just drag the rear end around. So it creates a pivot point, right? And then you can also make it on this truck. You can make it so that it also free spins. So you have four-wheel drive, free spin, and dig. It's really cool. And the STX 10.3, which I have, also has a dig function in it. But I only have it set up as a 2-point, and I have yet to see where in the instructions or anything it says that it's a 3-point. I've had people on my video that I made, my build guide video I made, be like, dig's a 3-point, but I don't think it is on that truck, because I tried to set it up as a 3-point and I could not find the spot in which the rear end floated and free spun. So on this one, it definitely does. On my STX 10.3, I don't think it's meant to do that. I think it's just meant to be four-wheel drive dig. I mean, I might be wrong, but that's one thing about having an instruction manual that's clear. Because I had to guess. If I was going to gripe about stuff, which I'm not. Kind of. I'm like, this thing right here is such a, at this point, it's kind of like a classic, you know, that I probably won't be running it a lot, just because I wouldn't want to mess it up. I wouldn't want to break anything. It might be going back here behind me. Look at that clearance. That's cool. Oh. How do I spray paint stuff when it's cold outside? You don't, or you shouldn't. But if you want to give it a try, this is why I don't paint. But what I've done is I've taken a bowl of water and microwaved it to get it nice and toasty, and then I put the paint can in the hot water and let it sit for a little bit, and then I take it out and shake it up and spray with it. But yeah, spray paint in cold air does not work very well. But you do need but that's kind of a neat trick to warm your paint up a little bit if you're in like negligible weather. I'd say like 40 degrees or so. Anything colder than that, it gets pretty hard to paint. How often are there tire and trash can? I'm going to guess and say you're wondering how often are there tires left over and in the trash can? All the time at big races. Part of it is because none of these guys want to put their PB blaster type tires back in their bags and take it through the airport. So if you're traveling through the airport and you've got stinky tires in your bag, TSA will actually like question you about it, or even ask to take the tires out because of the stink. So Louis, I'll get back to yours here in a second. Been looking for awesome deals on collector cars, so I haven't found any good deals lately. Well, I'll tell you what, for 2020 being a dumpster fire of a year for most people, I managed to have a pretty good year for collectibles for me. But not lately. You know what? Working in a hobby store, you kind of get lucky. You know, last year I got lucky. I got that T2, that Team Associated T2 came in, and I was able to buy that from the customer at the price I wanted to pay. A buddy of mine was on the lookout for B3, so I was able to get my B3 at a really good price, and actually have bodies coming from J Concepts for both of these. I'm going to get them looking sharp, looking like they're supposed to. But this was a pretty good find. You know, it's not too beat up. I can scuff out the dog bones. There's a little bit of rust on them. And then I got all those Tamiya cars up there, which that'll be my next. Won't be my next build. My next build's on the way. But I'm going to dig into my cache of Tamiya cars over there. I'm probably going to build a Monster Beetle next for my shelf, my ever-growing shelf. I'm probably going to have to build another one of these things. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I got to find a place where my wife will let me do it. But I'm thinking, like, over here. I can probably fit 8 cars in this little shelf area right here. So, yeah. Yeah, the antenna straws always, I get a kick out of those because they're so long. So long. I forgot how long some of our antennas had to be. 1980s Tyco slot car. That's pretty awesome. It's weird. I sell a lot on eBay. I don't really buy a lot of on eBay. Pretty much everything that all this stuff behind me that I've been able to get has pretty much been local. Yeah. Gotten pretty lucky. There was a new in box, like double XCR Kinwald edition on there recently that Chili Duncan put up on Facebook to show everybody. And they want way too much money for it, in my opinion. But that's the thing about collectible stuff. It's worth to somebody whatever it's worth to them, you know? So if they're willing to pay some crazy amount for it, more power to them. Yeah, a lot of the tires that were left over, again, were guys that were flying home, you know? And the other thing, too, is a lot of times the pro drivers especially, they'll leave their tires because they didn't pay for them, so they don't really need to take them with them. But also the tracks that they race at might not use the same tires that we do, you know? Hobby Action, for instance, you know, in Arizona, you know, they use Aqua compound there. We don't. Our Aqua doesn't work on our track, so So he would really have no reason to take home a bunch of gold and silver compound tires. So yeah. So what do we got? We got stickers coming for the HobbyPlex show, and once I get them, we'll go live with those. So all of you guys that want to put a cool sticker on your car or whatever, we'll have them for you. And we're racing tomorrow and Saturday on the dirt. Doors open tomorrow at 4. We start racing at 7. I'm running the show tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And then Saturday the doors open at 10, and we start racing at 1:30, just like we have been for club racing before the big J Concepts race. And then, unfortunately, Monday night and Tuesday, after the podcast on Monday, I gotta wear some like long johns and stuff and take the tractor out and knock out 2 of the jumps on the 8-pack for the 8 scale crowd. Wah wah. So there's that, because we're having our techno series. And still no I looked at the forecast, and next Saturday it's actually supposed to be in the 30s. So that'll feel like a heat wave right now. Yeah, look at that. It's 1 degree. Can you see that? 1. It's 1 degree. Ugh. God. I will try to make videos of tomorrow night's Plex Spec races. I'll probably do the A main for sure. I might even do the B main. Depends on the turnout. 2 weeks ago, we had 50 Plex Specs on Friday. I was working upstairs, so I didn't get anything. But tomorrow, yeah, I probably will. And what else do we got? Do I think school will be canceled tomorrow? I hope not. My son needs to go to school, man. I'm so tired of that. So yeah, we'll yeah, this time of year just stinks, man. I'm so tired of snow and cold. I want it to be over. I need a vacation, but I need it to be warm where we go on vacation. So can I just wear a helmet cam? I just saw that. I use my phone, so no. We've got a GoPro, but it's tedious to like, because basically I got to take that video and I got to send it to me through email, and then I got to take that and save it, and then I got to go through. So using different media sources for videos is kind of tedious right now with the setup I have. I'm actually looking about getting a good camera finally, and just not using my phone the whole time. But for now, that's what I got. So I feel like I'm doing okay channel wise, just using my phone. It's actually been working out okay. But I'm definitely ready to try to make some more professional looking videos here soon. Emerson wants to make me an intro. So My cat's freaking out upstairs. I can hear him. It's annoying. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I had to work all day. They scheduled me now Thursdays from 10 to close, so I don't get to leave at 7 and come wind down for a little bit and then do this show. So I'm going to call it a night, and hopefully I'll have these tires glued tomorrow. I'm going to let them sit overnight, and then I'm going to do the other side and finally get my techno buggy rolling. So I'm ready to get this thing dirty, man. It's been clean for too long. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. And sorry if I missed your question, but it's kind of late for me. I'm getting old. I need to go to sleep. So I will try to stay up later next week. So thanks. I think we had up to like 31 or 32 viewers at some point. So that's awesome. I appreciate you guys' support as always. And I'll see you guys on the podcast for our next live one if I don't see you at the store or whatever. So thanks for hanging in there. And we'll get some more video up soon. Bye.